Something extraordinary is happening in African music right now, and most of us aren't fully awake to the scale of it. Afrobeats listeners grew 22% globally in 2025. That's according to Spotify's own data. In 5 years, the genre scaled over 5,000 on the platform. In January 2026, Wizkid became the first African artist to surpass 10 billion career streams. US live shows for Afrobeat artists are up 400% year on year. The Grammys created a whole new category, Best African Music Performance, because the music demanded it. Africa's sound is not going global, it's already arrived. The question nobody's asking, is the money arriving with it? Let me give you the actual numbers. Sub-Saharan Africa's recorded music revenues grew 15.2% in 2025, reaching $120 million. That's according to the IFPI 2026 Global Music Report, more than double the global average of 6.4%. Real growth, significant growth. And here's the number that puts everything in context. 78% of Sub-Saharan Africa's entire recorded music revenue comes from one country, South Africa alone. 78% of the revenue for an entire continent's music, which means that the extraordinary global reach of Afrobeats, East African music, Amapiano, Afrofusion, the streams, the tours, the brand deals, the licensing is not yet translating into proportional income for most of the artists creating it. The music is everywhere. The money is concentrated. Here's where it gets specific. When a Kenyan artist's song streams on Spotify, in Germany or the US, and they're owed royalties, the song plays, the revenue is generated, the money flows to distributors, to collection societies, to rights holders. But African music collecting societies have historically struggled to collect, distribute, and protect those royalties effectively. And many independent African artists don't have the contracts, the rights, registrations, or the management infrastructure to claim what they're owed. Now consider this, $150 million to $200 million. What Universal Music Group paid for majority stake in Marvin Records, an African music catalog. The artist builds the value. The infrastructure to capture it themselves is still being built. This is not a talent problem. African music is demonstrably, measurably extraordinary. This is an infrastructure problem, and infrastructure can be built. So what actually changes this? For artists, every stream you generate is a royalty claim. That claim only becomes money if you're registered with the right collection societies, if your rights are documented, if your distributor has proper agreements in place. Register your work. Know what you own before you negotiate with anyone who wants to use it. For brands, African music is one of the most powerful emotional connectors available to any campaign right now. Afrobeats listeners grew 22% globally in a single year. The brands building genuine relationships with African artists now, real creative partnerships, not transactional placements, are buying cultural equity at the early stage of something enormous. For organizations with cultural mandates, music is infrastructure for community. The most effective behavior change, the most genuine civic engagement, consistently happens through music and creative expression. That's not soft thinking, that is evidence. The African music industry is on track to hit $200 billion by 2030. $200 billion from an industry that generated $120 million in formal sub-Saharan revenue last year. The distance between these two numbers is not a gap in talent, it's a gap in infrastructure, rights management, distribution, payment systems, verified relationships between artists and the people who want to work with them. Africa's sound has already conquered the world. Now we build the systems that make sure Africa's artists conquer the economics too. See you in the next one.